Hi Jenny, thought this would be an easier way to show you than try and um, explain it. You don't see all the names, I see all the names, but you can see this little bit here on yours. Just click on that and it takes you through to the next section, and I'm sure that's what you haven't done. So basically on the left hand side it will show you your document, and on the right hand side, after we get past this, on the right hand side it will show you the sources. So at some stage somebody submitted something to Flinders, a student paper, could even be your own. So just be a little bit careful about using material from other courses that you've used and cutting and pasting. I have had examples where people have handed up the same thing twice and it stands out very easily on this software. So let's go down and have a look. I won't worry too much about that one. I'm just looking for an example. There's not much in your writing that you can change, but you could imagine people who have got lots of markings on their paper would be useful. No, I can't see anything yet. No, you're still quoting. Okay, number 7's a good one. If I click on that, it opens up and says, from the iPad in autism, child might recognise an emotion and choose a coping strategy. Basically what it is it recognises jargon, and with all due respects to both you and iPad-autism.com, it's not so much that it's plagiarism so much as it's using jargon, and ChoiceWorks have used that as well. iPad-autism have used it, and you've used it. Well, actually you've got it in quotes, sorry. But if that wasn't in quotes, I still wouldn't be too worried about it, except as a writer I'd have a look and say, well look, it is a bit jargonistic, do I need to change it? And I'd probably not change that much there. Your writing's not too bad, it's not full of jargon, etc. I think I've made my points in the paper that you've got. See, no, you're not a good. It's not a good example. Then all the way through here, every time you find these in your references, you just ignore those. So basically, that's what it should look like. As I said, yours is not a good example to show people because you've done it fairly well. All of the things that it's picked up are in quotation marks. But as I said, you'll often get a situation where you've been using jargon or words that have been common, very common stuff. Like things like there are circular arguments that people often use, and the concept of there'd be a lot of people throughout the world who would use the concept of jargon, that there are circular arguments that people often use, and that will show up. And for me as a writer, I'd have a look at it and say, look, I can write that a bit better. Okay, I hope that's useful, and yes, I think that's the easiest way of showing you. If you've got any other questions, let me know. But that shows you how to get into it, and the left screen and the right screen.